You're here because something in you refuses to keep playing small. You're done guessing what she wants, done pretending you don't care, done watching other men walk into rooms and bend the energy without trying while you stand there calculating words like it's a math test. You want the quiet power that settles on your shoulders like a tailored jacket, the kind of presence that makes a woman's breath catch for reasons she can't fully name. Good. Because the truth most men never hear is simple. Attraction isn't an accident, it's a sequence. It's physiology, psychology, timing, and leadership woven into one continuous vibe. When you understand the sequence, you stop chasing and start selecting. And the moment you start selecting, everything about you shifts. Your posture, your eyes, the gravity in your voice. If what you're hearing already stirs something in you, stay with me until the end. We're just getting started. Here's the first thing you must accept. Women feel you before they see you. Long before they process your words, they register your nervous system. Your breathing either tells her you're grounded or you're pleading. Your eyes either say, "I know who I am," or "Please approve me." Your pace either communicates abundance or scarcity. That's the hidden signal of elite seducers. They calm the room by calming themselves. You will learn to do this on command. Breathe low, slow, and wide through your ribs. Imagine you're exhaling down into your legs. Let your shoulders drop half an inch. That micro shift changes your micro expressions, and yes, she notices even if she couldn't explain how. This is not a trick, it's alignment. You're telling her nervous system, you're safe with me, and excited with me. That polarity, safety and edge together, is the doorway. Most men show only one, the nice guy's safety with no electricity, or the chaotic guy's edge with no trust. You're going to carry both. Now, before we talk technique, let's set your frame, because your frame is the invisible room in which every interaction happens. If your frame is, "I hope she chooses me," your body will leak it. If your frame is, "I am a man with standards and a full life," if our energies align, we explore, your body will leak that too. This isn't about arrogance. It's about choosing your stance in the world. Spend a moment defining your core values, the 3 non-negotiables that make you, you. Maybe it's curiosity, responsibility, and play. Maybe it's grit, honesty, and style. Say them internally before you approach. They anchor your voice. They sharpen your eyes. When you speak from there, you stop shape-shifting to fit her, and paradoxically, that's what makes you magnetic. You become a fixed point she can relax into. Picture this. You enter a cafe or a party, and instead of scanning for approval, you move like a man who already belongs. Slow your pace by 5%. Pause in the doorway for half a breath. Let your gaze travel, not hunting, just observing. This is your world. You're checking on it. When you finally land your eyes on a woman you want to talk to, don't build a fantasy. See her as a person, not a prize. That alone spares you from the needy energy that suffocates attraction. Now, approach with minimal friction. Step into her periphery, let her notice your presence, and open in a way that fits the environment. If it's casual, a simple, "Hey," quick moment with a slight smile and upright posture cuts through noise better than verbose lines. Lead with a real-time observation. You have the look of someone deciding between work and rebellion. She'll smile because it's playful and accurate. This is the micro-calibration that elite seducers master. Light leadership, crisp observation, and grounded tone. The second layer is tension, the clean kind. Attraction needs stretch, like a bowstring pulled back just enough to promise flight. You create that stretch by controlling rhythm. Most men rush. They tumble words together until everything turns to soup. You will slow down. A half-second pause after a key sentence invites her imagination to join the conversation. When she answers, listen to the edges of her words, the little exhale before a laugh, the upward tilt when she gets curious. Mirror her energy lightly, then lead it one notch higher. If she's soft and reflective, keep your voice low, then add playfulness. If she's lively, meet that brightness, then insert a brief, measured pause. That pause is a hook. It makes her lean in. Tension is not about being cold, it's about being intentional. Think of it as stepping onto a dance floor and giving her something to respond to. Your tempo, your stillness, your selective attention. Selective attention is the third layer. When you talk to her, Let your eyes settle on one feature for an extra beat. Her eyes, a ring, the way she's holding her cup, and make one specific statement about it. I like that ring. It looks like something you chose on a day you needed courage. You've just anchored her to a story about herself, and you're inviting her to reveal. When she does, resist the urge to one-up her or turn it into a joke. Hold the thread. Ask one clean follow-up that makes her reflect. What drew you to it that day? Now you're not performing. You're leading a moment. This is where women feel the difference between a boy seeking attention and a man creating space. You're not dumping facts. You're sculpting atmosphere. Next comes polarity. Women are drawn to men who embody masculinity not as a costume, but as a stance. Masculinity here is not bravado, it's direction. Have a clear direction in every interaction. If she's seated, invite her to stand so you can chat by the window. If you're both at the counter, say, "Walk with me for 30 seconds. I want your take on something." Direction should be gentle and precise. It signals certainty without pressure. She can say yes or no. Either answer is fine. The paradox. When you're genuinely fine with both, she senses freedom. Freedom is sexy. It tells her you're not trying to trap her, you're offering an experience. And if she does say no, respect it fully, thank her with a real smile, and leave cleaner than you found her. That integrity lingers. More than once, that same woman will circle back because the absence of pressure created trust. Let's talk calibration, because this is where average men fail. Calibration is reading the moment and adjusting without losing your core. Watch her feet. Are they pointed toward you or away? Check her shoulders. Do they drop as you speak, or is she holding tension? Listen for short, clipped answers versus layered ones. If she's guarded, soften the frame. Shift from teasing to warmth. Share a quick personal truth that reveals, not to seek sympathy, but to show spine. I had to learn to slow down in conversations. I used to talk too fast when I got excited. That line does two things. It shows self-awareness and lowers the temperature without collapsing your presence. If she's fully engaged, eyes bright, questions flowing, raise the energy by 10%. You're not performing, you're guiding. Confidence is not the absence of nerves. It's the decision to move anyway with clean breath and grounded posture. Train it. Before you approach, lengthen your exhale. Your vagus nerve loves long exhales. As you walk, push your feet through the floor. Imagine the room is slightly more viscous, like moving through warm water. That micro-visual grounds you instantly. When you speak, aim your voice slightly past her shoulder, rather than pouring it directly onto her face. It softens the impact and paradoxically feels stronger. Sprinkle in deliberate silences. Silence is power when it's chosen. It says, "I don't need to fill space to be valuable." She will fill it with her curiosity. Now, let's enter the inner game, the stories you tell yourself. If your script says, "I must get her number to feel worthy," you're doomed to twitch and over-explain. Replace it with, "I'm here to see if there's resonance. If there is, we continue. If not, I enjoyed a moment of human connection." This isn't just mindset fluff. Your physiology listens. It changes your micro-movements. You blink slower. You stop fiddling with your phone. You stop apologizing for occupying space. Elite seducers carry an inner permission. I'm allowed to want. I'm allowed to lead. I'm allowed to walk away. Practice saying that under your breath before you enter the venue. It resets your temperature. What about conversation content? Keep it simple and alive. Early on, avoid heavy resume talk. Skip the robotic, "So what do you do?" and go after lived moments. What's something that felt small at the time but stuck with you this week? Or, "You strike me as someone who escapes into a ritual when life gets loud. What's yours?" These questions bypass autopilot. When she answers, give her your full attention without leaning in like you're starving. Stay upright, shoulders relaxed, eyes warm. Reflect back a phrase she used. That reflection makes her feel seen, not scanned. When you share, keep your stories compact and textured. Offer one vivid detail: the smell of rain on a run, the way your knuckles went white during a daring decision, the relief of deleting an old playlist that held a past you no longer are. Texture is seductive because it lets her feel you, not just hear you. Teasing has its place, but it's an art, not a shield. Gentle contrast works. If she's confidently listing her opinions, you might smile and say, You're very sure. I like that. But I'm going to reserve the right to change your mind on one thing. You've just created playful opposition without disrespect. If she teases you first, own it with a grin. Fair. I'll accept that for the next 3 minutes. Time-bounded play creates a frame within the frame. She knows you're in control of rhythm without being controlling. If her humor turns sharp, don't collapse or attack. Let it pass like wind through a doorway, then pivot to something real. That pivot shows leadership of the moment. She will notice. Body language. Build a relaxed, tall stack. Crown lifted, jaw loose, chest open, but not puffed. Keep your gestures contained. Excessive hand-waving screams, approval-seeking. When she speaks, angle slightly off-center rather than square on. It reduces intensity and makes the moment feel more natural. When you smile, smile with your eyes first. A mouth-only smile is salesy. A slow-eye smile is human. If you're sitting, take space responsibly. Feet planted, spine long, one arm resting. Space is a statement. I am comfortable with myself. And when you choose to reduce space, lean in slightly for a delicate point, you create a deliberate contrast. Contrast is how tension breathes. Let's address the transition from conversation to contact. The bridge is clarity. Don't ask for contact to keep in touch. Offer a clear reason that aligns with something you shared. You mentioned that spot with the hidden courtyard. I haven't been. Let's check it Thursday. I'll text you the time window. Then pause. Watch her response. If she lights up, confirm logistics cleanly and move on. If she hesitates, don't pressure. Smile, say, "No rush, I'm around," and let the moment breathe. Maybe you exit, maybe you re-engage later. The key is that you meant it. Scarcity isn't pretending to be busy, it's actually having a life worth protecting. Build that life. When your days are full of training, craft, brotherhood, and challenge, you stop grasping. Attraction grows in that soil. Touch is powerful and must be respectful and welcome. Calibrate. Start with environmental touches. The door you hold open, the chair you pull back if she's joining you, a brief touch to guide around a crowded space only if she's already comfortable and engaged. If she reciprocates proximity, you may lightly touch the outer arm for a heartbeat during a laugh. Then release. Watch for return signals. She doesn't step back, she reorients feet toward you, she touches you back. If she doesn't, cool the temperature. Your leadership includes restraint. Nothing builds trust like a man who can manage his own impulse. And when you do sense mutual desire, clarity again. I like this. If you want to slow down at any point, say it. That sentence is rare and unforgettable. It tells her you're powerful and safe. The combination is addictive. Speaking of addictive, let's talk voice. Your voice is an instrument. Tune it. Warm up before you go out. Hum low, stretch your vowels, read a paragraph out loud with deliberate resonance. In conversation, vary your cadence. Begin with a measured pace, then accelerate slightly when telling a bright story, then sink back into a slower, lower rhythm for an intimate point. That rise and fall guides her nervous system. And remember, volume isn't dominance. A controlled, quiet line delivered after a pause can carry more voltage than a loud declaration. Try this. When she shares something vulnerable, lower your volume by 10% and slow by 10%. You'll feel the air thicken in the best way. Status signals matter, but you don't need flashy props. Your status is conveyed by self-respect and discernment. Keep your grooming tight. Wear clothes that fit your body today, not the body you had 2 years ago. Shoes clean, nails clean. A single accessory with story. A watch from your grandfather. A bracelet from a trip that changed you. Beats an armory of trend. When you order a drink, do it decisively and politely. When you disagree, do it calmly. When you laugh, let it be real, not performative. These small consistencies are status. They whisper, and she leans closer to hear. Read the room. Elite seducers have social awareness like sonar. They notice who the host is, who the social hubs are, who is protecting whom. If she's with friends, don't isolate her like you're stealing a jewel. Acknowledge the group with warmth. Offer a playful aside to one friend so they feel included, then return your attention to her without losing pace. If the group's dynamic is protective, respect it. Earn your moments. The lesson: be additive to the environment. When you leave, people should feel the room was better because you were in it. Reputation compounds. The next time you arrive, doors open with less effort. Now, internal pressure. Every man knows the voice that says, if you don't make it happen now, you'll miss your chance. Scarcity screams. Breathe. If the timing's wrong, be content with a clean, memorable moment. I've got to bounce, you're interesting, we'll continue. Then you do leave. This paradox, walking away while the thread is alive, plants a question in her mind. Questions pull more than statements. Pair that with logistics if appropriate, or let serendipity work if you'll see her again. The skill is discernment, knowing when to press, when to hold, and when to release. Think of a master archer who doesn't fire every arrow because he can. He fires because the shot is right. Let's go deeper into psychology. Attraction leans on three pillars: certainty, novelty, and challenge. Certainty means you're predictable in character. Your honor, your kindness under pressure, your follow-through. Novelty means you bring fresh stimulus, new ideas, new places, new perspectives. Challenge means you invite growth. She senses she will be more alive around you. Many men overdo one and neglect the others. Too much certainty without novelty is safe but dull. Too much novelty without certainty is fun but exhausting. Too much challenge without either becomes combat. Balance them. In one conversation, you can reveal a stable value, introduce a fresh angle on a topic she cares about, and gently challenge a limiting assumption she states. For example, she says, "I don't do early mornings." You smile. "You haven't met the right sunrise spot yet. I have one that makes even night owls reconsider." You're not forcing, you're inviting. That line carries all three pillars in one breath. Handling tests. Women often test unconsciously to see if your frame is real or just a performance. She might tease your shirt, question your opinion, or delay a response. Your job isn't to win, it's to stay. Stay calm, stay playful, stay you. If she challenges your take, you can say, "I like that you push back. Strong opinions are sexy. Here's where I'm standing on it." You welcome her strength without surrendering yours. If she gives you silence after you suggest plans, give it space. Don't send a flurry of follow-ups. Your life continues. Later, you can ping again with lightness. "I'm grabbing that courtyard espresso Thursday. Join if you're in the mood." Invitation, not chase. Elite seducers aren't derailed by a single data point. They collect a pattern, then choose. Vulnerability and edge, another polarity. You can share a truth without dumping your trauma at her feet. Aim for earned vulnerability, a story where you made a choice, took a hit, learned, and improved. Keep it concise. The purpose is not to be comforted, it's to be known. That's incredibly attractive because it signals you won't hide under pressure. Pair that with edge. Your mission. A man on a mission is intoxicating. It doesn't have to be grand, it must be real. What are you building? What skill are you honing? What standard are you raising this month? Talk about it with fire, not to impress, but because you can't not. She feels the current of your life, and she wants to step into it. Escalation isn't a staircase you blindly climb. It's a conversation between bodies and words. Keep checking in with subtlety and clarity. "You're easy to talk to? I like this." Watch her eyes. If they soften and stay on you, you can move closer. "I want to show you something around the corner." Lead. If she stalls, smile and slow. "Another time." That's it. Every yes is sweet when no is welcome. Remember that line. It will serve you beyond seduction. In business, in leadership, in friendship. A man who honors no without sulking is rare. Be rare. There's a meta skill that underlies all of this. Enjoyment. When you enjoy the dance, she feels safe enjoying it too. If you're treating the moment like a job interview you must pass, she feels pressure. If you treat it like play between two free people, she relaxes. Practice enjoying small interactions everywhere, not just with women. Joke with baristas, compliment an older gentleman's hat, trade a two-liner with a kid. This keeps your social muscles warm and loose. Then when you approach her, it's not a leap across a canyon. It's one more step in a day full of human connection. Now, logistics of the date. Keep the first one focused, dynamic, and short enough to leave wanting more. Choose venues with movement potential. Start at a small gallery, then a walk to a cozy corner spot. Movement builds shared experience and gives you natural transitions. On the date, lead lightly. Let's check the upstairs exhibit for 5 minutes. I want your reaction. That phrasing, specific time, curiosity, creates crisp momentum. Mix playful topics with personal ones. If she brings up past relationships, hold the frame. I've learned what I don't want, and more importantly, what I do. Reciprocity, laughter, and integrity. Life's too short for the opposite. No bitterness, clean energy only. If the moment intensifies and you both want more, keep your communication clear. I want to kiss you. Then wait. That sentence carries weight because it's direct and gives her space to meet you there. If she leans in, beautiful. Keep the pace unhurried. If she says not yet, you smile and shift gears without sulking, because desire is richer when it's mutual and unrushed. Elite seducers understand timing. You can be intensely present without being in a hurry. Patience charged with desire is irresistible. One more thing, your circle matters. Surround yourself with men who challenge you, celebrate your wins, tell you the truth, and refuse to let you coast. When you increase your standards in brotherhood, your standards in romance elevate automatically. You stop tolerating lukewarm energy from yourself or others. You become the man who sets the tone, kind, decisive, playful, unflinching. Women feel the echo of your circle in your presence. It's in how you speak about people, in how you show up on time, in how you hold your boundaries. That continuity is uncommon. Let it be your signature. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, lean in. Decide right now that you will practice. Not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight, in tiny ways. Stand taller in the next room you enter. Open one conversation you would have avoided. Speak one clear invitation instead of a vague hope. You will not become magnetic by thinking about it. You become magnetic by moving like it. Each rep builds a thread of proof in your body, and those threads weave the cloak of presence you're seeking. Now we close the loop with the core sequence, the one I want you to remember when the stakes feel high. Calm your breath. Choose your frame. Observe. Approach cleanly. Create tension through rhythm. Give selective attention. Lead lightly. Calibrate. Invite. Respect the response. Continue or release. That's it. Over and over until it lives in your bones. You will mess it up sometimes. You'll talk too fast, tease too hard, overstay a beat. That's part of the work. Smile, learn, adjust. Magnetic men aren't flawless, they're relentless in their refinement. They track what worked, what didn't, and they try again without self-hate. That self-kindness mixed with high standards is rare steel, and if this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. Tell me where in the sequence you feel strongest and where you're going to train next. I read every single one. If you know a brother who needs to hear this, send it to him today. Don't keep it to yourself. The world is better when more men embody clarity, warmth, and decisive energy. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of straight talk. Each new layer builds on the last, and you'll want the full stack. Before we part, here's the reframe I want lodged in your mind for the rest of the week. You are not auditioning for women. You are inviting alignment. You are not a beggar at the door of affection. You are the architect of atmosphere. Your worth doesn't spike when a stranger says yes and crash when she says no. Your worth is the calm river that runs beneath everything you do. From that river, you lead. From that river, you tease. You listen. You invite. You kiss. You let go when it's not right. You deepen when it is. That steadiness is the secret behind every so-called trick. Techniques amplify who you already are. Build the man, the moments will follow. So step forward. Tonight, you will walk into a room, your breath slow and your eyes quiet. You will notice a woman who lights something in you, and you will approach not as a boy pleading, but as a man offering. You'll speak with clarity, create tension with rhythm, and invite with direction. If it flows, you'll guide. If it doesn't, you'll exit with warmth and gratitude. Then you'll repeat and repeat. In a few weeks, the way you carry your shoulders will be different. The way strangers look up as you pass will be different. The way you choose will be different. That's not magic. That's craft. That's the sequence. Welcome to the other side.